1051.
Power 1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. We got a special guest in the building with us this morning.
Do we call him the Old Dirty Omar? The Old Dirty Chalky White?
Old Dirty Omar? Michael K. Williams is here. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's up, man?
How's everything?
Man, right here, right here.
You got a lot of things in the works, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
yes,
you
sir.
play Chalky White on Boardwalk Empire right now on HBO.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you as Omar from The Wire. Then you playing the Old Dirty Bastard?
Yeah, man. You know, that was like a real dream come true. You know what I'm saying? This will be on record as my first lead role. I had met this brother, man. We one of Spike Lee's proteges, man, and we did a film out in Italy called Miracle of St. Anna. And you know, the brother was so good to me. I was like, yo, man, if you ever need me, call me.
Right.
And about 2 years later, he did.
I'll take you up on that.
I'll take you up on that, and I shot it short out in the bayou out in New Orleans, and we hit it off. And then from there, like, you know, they said, Mike, you know, we got a friend of mine came to me with this project, and I told them the only person that could play this part would be you.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, you know, so shout out to Jonah, by the way. Jonah, that's his name. And it was the ODB script. Yeah, I mean, it went dead for like about a year and a half. I didn't hear nothing about it. And all of a sudden, it just grew another pair of legs. They got some real producers behind it, a new director, and they came back at me.
Now, this is good for you because you're also from Brooklyn, right?
Born and raised.
Born and raised in Brooklyn, so Old Dirty Bastard obviously is from Brooklyn also. Did you grow up like listening to Wu-Tang and Old Dirty Bastard?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Definitely grew up listening to Wu-Tang. You know, I remember like one of the craziest things I remember about ODB was his first album cover. I couldn't believe it. Just blew my mind that he used his gold card for the album cover. I just thought that was ingenious.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Do you ever have a chance to meet him in real life?
we you know, I wouldn't call it a meeting, a meet. I saw him once. I was at the spot over in across the street from Cipriani's over there on West Broadway. Called Sliver at the time.
Yep.
I remember that.
And he came in. I was sitting there with a girlfriend of mine, Crystal Waters, and he came in.
Kissed her?
Huh?
No.
Nah.
Sounds like dirty. Okay.
Nah, he came in. He had his two boys with him. He went to the bar, got 2 shots, and as he went on the dance floor, started getting in his little groove for like about 10, 15 minutes, and he left. And the second time I saw him was at the red carpet for one of Dame's movies. I forget which one it was. One of the property joints, and it was a Tribeca Film Festival premiere. And I remember that when I saw him in the red carpet, I was like, something's wrong with my brother. I didn't know what I knew now, but I saw that something was wrong. You know what I mean? That's my 2 times ever being in his presence.
ODB is a dangerous character to play. Like, you could really get in that zone and never come back from like, you could get in the character so much and never come back from that. If you really get in the character of ODB.
I've been there, done that. You know, that was my problem with Omar. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I crossed the line with that character, and it's like the lines got blurred. You know what I mean? And so you know, I have tools now. I know what to do to kind of like remove myself from the character. But, you know, it's like they don't call it a craft for nothing. You gotta like you gotta open yourself up for energy, man. You gotta like receive, you know, these characters and these spirits, in if you will, man. Kind of like, you know, wear that.
You said you took it too far. What do you mean you took it too far?
Yeah, because Omar was gay now. What you mean?
I mean, you know, just like, you know, people don't really realize how dark the state of mind one must have been in to portray a character like Omar. Man, I was
hardcore.
I was in a real dark state of mind. You know what I mean? I was I just identified with him on a lot of different levels. You know what I'm saying? It was just the darkness of his mindset and not really caring about much. You know, and that kind of like spilled over into my personal life, you know what I mean? And
So
like,
your girl left you. You're by yourself now.
I remember reading a blog where somebody was talking about you, and they were like, yeah, you know, Michael started playing this Omar character, and he started acting like that in real life. I remember reading that on a blog somewhere.
It was kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? I was doing a lot of drinking, a lot of drugging, you know, and like, you know, then like, it got to the point where 9 out of 10 people was calling me Omar on the street, and I was like, "Hey, you!" You know what I mean? Only thing I wasn't doing was robbing dudes and kissing dudes, but
As a brother from the hood, did you get flack for that? Like, oh, you playing Omar? He's a gay character.
You know, I was
As
worried
you get
about
flack
that.
from people in the hood.
Nah, I was worried about that, you know, but I'm a mama's boy, you know what I mean? And I remember when I was in the project, me and my mom, we parked the car and we was going, I was helping her with some groceries. I said, yo, Mom, I said, listen, man, I got this job. She said, okay, baby, that's good. And I was like, you know, this, that, and the third. Dude is gay, you know what I mean? And she was like, well, baby, this the life you chose. And mama got your back. And I was like, yo, I don't care what nobody say, man, it's my job.
Right.
Well, your boyfriend was cute on there, just, you know.
Yeah, not as cute as you, though.
Goodness gracious.
And then in Boardwalk Empire, that's another one of my favorite shows that I watch, you know, right now. And you always play like this very ruthless character. You feel like you're typecast a little bit?
No. I believe you gotta play to what you know. I'm from the projects in Brooklyn, and it's like I feel blessed that I've been called to bring life and humanity to a character that society would deem as, you know, undesirable. You know what I mean? It's like no. These dudes got mothers, they got families, they're decent. They come from, some of them a lot of thugs come from decent homes. You know, I know they aunties. I play with their sister, try to, you know, get with their sister. I know their moms. When their moms came on the court, I was like, oh, there go Miss Jones, or, you know what, better act right. You know what I mean? So it's like, I know these kids, you know, dudes who do what they do today wasn't born that way. They just wake up and say, I'm gonna become a thug. There was a process that took place, and I bear witness to that. That wasn't me, but I definitely bear witness to that. So, you know, I'm not really concerned about being typecast.
Oddly
I'm
enough,
grateful to be working.
We always root for the thugs on everything. I'm like, please don't let nothing happen to Omar.
Yeah.
Please don't let nothing happen to Chalky.